walking down a few blocks after exiting the subway tunnel. Edwin makes his way towards a familiar park in the face. About the only park that he knows about, with a very large, very prominent white-barked tree. A very, I guess you could describe it as a regal birch. The stature of it just conjures up the idea of kingly stature. The tree to end all trees, or the tree to best all trees. He's satisfied at the moment. Smiles to himself as he gets to the third block away from the park, pulling the hood up over his head, satisfied with a job well done this evening, satisfied with himself for bettering his business venture at least a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, but at least he's made an inroad. He's put the effort to be a little bit better than others out there trying to do the same thing as he is. One step closer to besting the competition. But at the same time, he knows that he is nowhere near to winning anything, not by any stretch of the imagination. Now, he doesn't hang his head, though. He keeps his head upright. He places his hands within the central pocket of his hoodie, and clutching one single piece of paper now that's in it, as he continues towards the park.
Well, while Edwin's reflecting on the progress he's made in the past few days, Adam's very much doing the same as he returns from another park, the Washington Park, towards 9th Street, and from there back towards his haven. Well, as he's making his way there, he's thinking about the conversation he's had with Danielle, and, well, whether they can come to some form of arrangement the following evening. You know, the fact that she wants to get a coterie involved in Babylon is worrying, to say the least, but, well, at least he's on the squad, and, well, he can influence any decisions that happen. I mean, if at least Henley's going to be jealous that Adam had talked to a girl, he chuckles to himself as he passes through 9th Street under the cover of obfuscate. As he does that, he's going to drop down towards the safety box he'd established with Edwin and look in to see if he'd left anything. They hadn't talked since their last confrontation a couple of weeks ago. Adam doesn't particularly feel too angry about it. He feels more angry about the fact that he went to all this effort to plan the endeavour and it didn't succeed.
when Adam gets to the what's it called? When he gets to the dead drop, the Dropbox, yeah. The great app on the computer, by the way. When he gets to the Dropbox and opens it, he sees a singular piece of paper, kind of like it's standing up like a greeting card. And well, because it's like the lighting's kind of fucked in this hallway, because it's like it's off to his left, but the door opens to his left, so the light doesn't illuminate the box.
Okay.
But you know, after a little bit, he kind of adjusts his eyes, or lets his eyes readjust a bit. He sees a piece of paper. It looks like it has something scrawled on the outside, but you can't tell, like, without picking it up. When he does pick it up, because I'm sure he does, he's and kind of brings it a little closer. He sees his name, you know, to Adam Fitzpatrick, or Fitz, or whatever. And when he opens it, says, "Hey, Adam, I think it's been quite a while. How about a little catch up?" Basically something to that effect. I'll be waiting for you at a park with a very prominent tree, a very large prominent tree in the face, close to the playground.
Adam. Well, Adam reads the note, and just as soon as he gets every bit about the tree, he just kind of scratches his head. Well, that's fucking specific. Always has to leave some kind of obscure trail. Right. Tree face. He takes a moment to himself, trying to think whether he knows about any giant trees in the face.
Okay. Standard difficulty.
Okay. That'll be wit streetwise, or I can do a survival. Or...
Wit streetwise.
Okay.
What? Holy shit. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oof. Wow. You keep jumping between tree face, and you kind of get stuck in that running through the woods. See a deer, smack into a tree. Kind of ironic. And it perplexes you enough to where you swear you start to feel like that one vein in your forehead start to throb.
Fucking... Adam's just gonna...
I mean, it's not like painful, but it's noticeable.
As Adam can't identify where the tree is, he's just gonna glance at the paper again, and then he's just gonna, in one thing, just rip the paper in half. Fucking tree. Why couldn't he have just established a meeting place like a normal person? Right, okay, Adam, right. Get your shit together. You're going to go to the face, find a tree. I mean, it's fucking industrial part of the city. I mean, I'm sure you can manage to find a tree. But as he does this, he's going to be walking along. He's going to go back into obvious state if possible, and he's going to take the quickest route he knows to the face, just to scout out the area.
Okay. Give me wits streetwise. Because you're navigating underground, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're navigating from subway tunnels to what? Sewer access?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's just a fail, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you start walking through, but you're so distracted, you just like you take the longest route. Like instead of taking like let's say 20-minute 15-20-minute route, you actually take a 40 50-minute route, and you just start like subconsciously, before you catch yourself, you just start like muttering and cursing and just like it's not angering, it's irritating.
Yeah. And well, Adam definitely feels irritated as he takes 40 minutes just to get to the goddamn face. He thought that he'd gotten used to the city, or at least had started navigating it well, and just one tree in the face, that's all he has to do. One meeting, and then he can go home and end the night like normal. And this is what he does. Adam just kind of reflects on this failure as he basically manages to find a way to the face, and as soon as he leaves.
What happens if you fail something like that as a perfectionist? Do you actually have a flaw that?
That's just nature.
Okay.
But he has short fuse, so he's definitely probably hitting things and
Probably,
not.
yeah.
I mean, he's smashing things. He's not being. He's still underground, but it's not being himself.
After 40 minutes, you come up. Let's see, you actually come up above ground. You take the access from the sewer to above ground, right behind a very familiar barbecue restaurant, because that's actually the furthest from the park you could be.
Adam just kind of gasps as he sees Tony's. Well, got to start somewhere. At least I bloody know where this place is. Okay, tree. Adam's gonna.
Tree face.
Is there any part of the face where Adam can try and get a vantage point, or is he just gonna have to look around?
From where you're at right now, you would need at least a 3-story building. No, there's no building high enough in this area.
Okay. And Adam's just gonna keep on walking the alleyways, still obfuscated, as he's making his way to wherever the fuck he's going, frankly. He's just thinking about what Edwin could want that required so much secrecy,
Give me a wits and stealth difficulty 7.
Okay. Why?
Oh, God bless it! Oh, fuck!
It's not his day.
Oh, shit! Oh, it's just a fail, though, right? Okay. You haven't botched.
No.
It's cool. You get it in your head. Okay, I need a vantage point. I need a building that's tall enough. As you slink through alleyways, keeping to the shadows, to keep hidden, to keep out of sight. And you start walking west, through a how can you say it? Like a more purely commercial area west of Tony's, where you have seen some 3-story-ish buildings, and you just focus on that. You just completely walk right past the street. You don't know it because you failed, but you walk right past the street that you would have to go down, and continue for 3 blocks past that.
Okay. What's in the surrounding area?
In this area, the buildings of commerce are like, what is it? Like a 3-story, like, travelers type motel.
Okay.
That's like, it's like the kind of place you would think drifters would go in and out. And it looks shit.
Is it like your normal kind of shady sort of cliche motel with like these stairs leading up and the fire escape?
Minus the creep factor.
Okay.
Wow. And there, there's a couple stores here and there. There's a really misplaced ground level motel, but it's like a ground level motel with like on the other side of the parking lot of the lot, the same lot. It's like oddly placed motel right across the parking lot from a really poor looking strip mall.
First place Adam's gonna do is he's gonna probably check out the motel because he figures, there's probably less security there than at the mall. And he's just gonna try and get to a higher sort of place.
You know what's better than less security? No security. Like, at this moment, you feel that there is like every cop in the world is just not here. Is anywhere but here. And as you walk, around the building? Like, around the side or the back?
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk around, like, the left side, you do see a fire escape. It's actually lower than it normally would be.
As Adam approaches the fire escape, he just thinks to himself, finally, something's right. And he's just gonna climb up and take the fire escape.
What's your athletics?
3.
And then your dex is what, 2?
3.
Oh, 3? Oh, yeah. You're able to just leap yourself up. And begin making your way up the fire escape. I'm assuming you continue all the way to the roof?
Yes. I mean, you might have a peek in the windows to see if anyone's around, but...
When you land on the fire escape, you land with such a, a big crash that, I take that back. Actually, wait, no. No, low is bad for you. You land with such a big crash that, you hear someone go, "Hey, shut the fuck up out there! I'm trying to sleep! Damn it!" And what do? It sounds like somebody's, about ready to come to the window and fucking shoot you or something.
I'm gonna just try and get up the fire escape quickly and out of sight and straight into obfuscate basically before this person sees him.
Get up there quickly. So, do you
But
go?
like quickly and quietly.
Do you go into obfuscate to do that, or do you use your prowess to try to leap multiple flights of the fire escape to shorten your trip? Athletic or wit?
Normally, Adam would go with the more stealthy option, but Adam's very quickly running out of patience. So yeah, he's just gonna do the athletic option.
Strength athletics.
Oh, cool! I can actually add my potence to this.
Add your potence because you are attempting a strength maneuver.
What's the difficulty?
Go ahead and roll.
I've rolled.
Was it 6?
Yeah, I've got 3 successes if it's a 6.
And then you got what, a 7 as well?
No, I didn't get a 7.
Okay.
I got a 10, but that's cancelled out by a 1.
That's fine. Difficulty 6 is fine. You well, you do actually leap like 3 rungs of it. Like you go to the outside because it's the only way you can leap up because you're so fucking wide, right? So you go to the outside and you literally kip yourself, like pull yourself up. Describe how that happens.
Well, what Adam does is he just quickly slips around the outside of the fire escape. I mean, he's losing his patience quickly and he doesn't want to fuck around. And as he does this, he just kind of feels the strength in his hands and in his legs, and he kind of just almost King Kongs his way up as he leaps he leaps very quickly, trying to scramble up 3 stories of this 3 runs of this fire escape. And as he does this, he just he pushes himself up like with more force than he thought he would. So he goes quite high, and as he does this, he kind of just catches the rung, just kind of pulling himself up with one arm, like he's doing basically press ups on one of those bars you get between doorways. He just kind of does that.
Basically a power pull up to try to lunge himself the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Make another dex or strength athletics plus your potence.
Yeah. This is so like unstealthy.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, all the ones.
Let's see.
Oh god.
Oh god, that's bad. That's bad. That's much.
Wait, well, no, it's not because you got a success. It's a fail.
Okay.
As you go to slingshot your way up there, you feel this sudden, almost weakness, just hit your arms. Like you literally put so much force into what you did that like you feel like you overexerted yourself, and you're dangling. As you hear this shouting from below. Shut the fuck up, you fucking asshole! Oh, hold on. Do you look down? Are you looking down when you hear that?
Probably for a brief second, he is standing as he realizes.
That person's not looking up.
Okay. So they can't see me, assumably.
Well, they're not looking. They're not looking up. They're looking everywhere else but up.
So what Adam's going to do is he just kind of tries to recover. He's just going to try and... How far is it till I can get to the top?
It is 4 more rungs.
Okay. And how many how many flights of stairs would that be?
about 7 or 8, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Yeah, what Adam's going to try and do then, one last time, he's going to just gather all of his strength, and he's going to just try and use his momentum to try and swing himself up onto the actual fire escape quite quietly, just in kind of a smooth, quiet maneuver.
Okay, so you're going to try to swing yourself and then try to swing yourself up, and then kind of land with your hands like on a pommel horse, so that you can come down quietly.
No, I was going to just swing and basically have him just on the just standing on the fire escape, and then he'd go into obfuscate. But
how are you going to land quietly? Because on a fire escape,
oh shit, that's true.
When your feet land, it's going to rattle. So how are you going to land quietly?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do the first option then.
So you're going to basically like kind of gymnastics it?
Unless there's a more common sense option, yes.
Common sense option. Okay. Common sense would say go over or quietly hand walk your way over to your left where it's shady and shadowy. Step onto the platform and wait until the person goes back inside.
That's what common sense is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a dex and stealth.
Okay. Touch wood, I do not fail this.
Yes!
I passed.
Describe how it happens. That's a good success.
So as Adam kind of feels the weakness in the fire escape beneath him, he's just gonna curse to himself. Fuck. Got to do something about this. Glancing over to where it's shady, Adam's just gonna kind of swing his body almost like he's swinging in the ring, you know, sort of swinging on the ropes. He's gonna just swing his body gently to the side and just make his way over to where it's shady, almost like monkey bars as well. He wraps his body kind of around to where it's shady and then just grasps, using his huge size to be able to reach out for the corner, basically, of the fire escape, as I imagine it is. He just reaches out for it and grabs it.
Yeah, and then kind of swings one of his legs over, sits on it, and then stands.
Sits on it and pulls it up. Yeah.
In obfuscate. Okay.
Exactly that.
Meanwhile, Edwin sits under the boughs of the birch tree in the park. It's been well over an hour, knowing that Adam has no phone. How is he going to get a hold of him? He thinks. And he just kind of sits beneath the boughs of the tree, thinking to himself, he's failed this test. He does not know the city as well as he might think he does. And then we go back to Adam.
Adam, who is aware of his current failure, as he's just going to wait while as he kind of just gets to the shady part of the platform, he's just going to gently, just step on it and just wait for basically the guy to go back inside and for it to be quieter.
By the time you land and get your feet, back on a surface and just fade. Like, you don't even realize you fade into the shadows as soon as you're still. It just happens. It happens like breathing was once natural to you. By that time, you see the man go back inside, slams the window shut. And you wait a couple moments, and it all becomes quiet again. As you quietly, with measuring your footsteps, begin to head back up the stairs in a quiet but quick motion. Give me a Dex and Stealth.
Okay.
Difficulty 8 for your Op 2. Because I know you're using Op 2. So.
Yeah.
So you're not touching the rails.
Yeah.
Oh, you do. The first step, it creaks a little bit. So you kind of double back and then take another step. And then you take another step and continue your way up. Keeping your hand off the rails, you eventually make it all the way to the top. When you make it to the top, you kind of stand on the edge of the building a little bit, and you look over this part of the city. Yeah, good enough. Off in the distance, about 4 blocks or so, you see what light does prevail in this area, or what light doesn't prevail actually, gets a little bit brighter somewhere off 4 blocks. And you see less buildings in that area.
And do I see more trees?
You see more trees a couple blocks away, 2.5 blocks away. You see more trees pop up than normal, but you don't see anything specific. It just gets a little bit more tree filled than it would be.
So as he gets to the top, Adam's just gonna wipe some imaginary sweat from his brow. That's a good workout. Okay. Trees are that way. If I head that way, I'll have a chance of finding him. He kind of feels a little bit empowered after the failure of the last few days, Even though he's had some struggles, he's been able to, get himself up here. It's not perfect, and he needs to do better. But it's a start. I mean, learning a city for any kindred, especially a young Nosferatu like himself, it takes a lot of time, and that's perhaps something he's not used to. Kind of reflects on this as he looks out towards the trees. Turning back, he's going to just blend back into the shadows and walk calmly down the fire escape, unless there's a safer, quicker way of getting down, but I doubt there will be, so.
Well, you could try walking down the fire escape, or if you're feeling a little bit empowered, and, well, you're the pinnacle of physical perfection, right? You can totally, with both hands on the corner of this building, because it's smooth. Past the top ledge, it's smooth. You could totally grip that and slide down the corner of the building. You could totally do that. Because you are the pinnacle of perfection.
Thinking this, Adam just kind of walks to the corner and leans down. He kind of just puts one hand on the drain pipe, just testing what kind of...
Oh, no.
Whether it can hold his weight or not.
Not drain pipe. Corner of the building.
Oh, isn't it? Oh, the corner of the building?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You could totally get a handhold.
Okay, I'm going to do that because it's ridiculous and terrible. But fluff.
Well, you said you're feeling empowered, and
Yeah,
your
that's
nature
fair.
is perfectionist, so
Yeah,
and you're a competitor. So
yeah,
yeah.
it's logical.
So give me a Dex Athletics.
Okay.
I was trying to figure if it was strength or Dex. I think it's Dex.
Am I trying to just grasp it nimbly, or am I like trying to hold it in a way
Well,
that
you're
will
trying to get
support
a
me?
firm. You're trying to get a firm grasp, but you're also swinging your
Okay.
body. Like you're going from facing this way to swinging your body to face the building as you slide down. So
Okay. What was the difficulty?
you passed 3 successes.
Ah,
776.
so Adam, being the pinnacle of physical perfection, is he manages to get a handhold and just swing himself down. Almost, if people could see him, they'd almost see a King Kong style, like gorilla kind of swinging his way around this motel. But Adam isn't thinking about that really. He's thinking about the exact timing of his body and where he can place his weight evenly and balanced without falling. And all of his energies are focused on making sure he, gets a firm grip on the corner of this building. And
Do
as he gets,
you once you get a firm grip like you do,
yeah.
do you moderate your momentum or do you go full force down? Once you have a grip, you just let yourself slide.
Well, it's not going to be, what Adam's going to do is, it's going to be precise. That's what I can say. He's spending all
No,
his
but
energy trying. Oh,
once
is he
you're
just sliding?
once you're positioned, are you going to moderate your momentum down or are you going to go with it?
The first option.
Moderate? Okay, you're going to go slow. Okay.
He's going to go slow until he's more confident he can go faster.
Okay. After the first 10 feet, you got this. And you loosen your grip just a little bit to go faster until you get all the way down. But what you feel in your hands is are my hands on fire?
As Adam's hands are on fire, just grunts himself. And the pain
Give me a
only makes
stamina
him.
roll.
Okay.
Give me a stamina roll.
Adam's specialty is going to play in this. He has a specialty which is something like to do with his like will or his drive. It's like determined or indomitable, something like that.
Indomitable or something like strong-willed? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mind over matter. Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh! Would it be... Yeah, it'd be a bashing.
Okay.
Actually, it'd be a bashing... No, I'm sorry, it'd be two bashing. Because you're, like, literally, your skin... It's like you're skinning your hand going down this. From friction.
Okay. Yeah, as Adam continues to slide down, he can feel the brickwork chafing against his hands as he slides down, ripping against his skin, but he just kind of grits himself and continues going on. He's not going to give up, not when he's got this far.
Okay, and that means you're not paying attention to the corner of the building. Because you're focused on this. Do you let yourself slide faster? Or do you just let go of the corner of the building and drop the rest of the way? You're about halfway down.
I'd say probably the first option. I think that seems more in character. I'll do the second now if that comes to it.
So go down faster? Okay.
It's going to go down faster, and then once he gets low enough, he'd probably try and break his fall.
So you let go of the building and just fall the rest of the way.
Not halfway up. Not halfway up.
No, you're halfway down. You're halfway down.
Yeah, halfway down.
You're a story and a half from the ground.
No, it's going to slide faster.
Exactly. You're going to release your hands and drop the other story and a half.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Give me another stamina roll.
Okay.
Oh, Boughs. You land in just the right way to like spring your legs without actually, causing the reverberation to shatter the bones in your legs. You land perfectly like a cat.
Zedden kind of just lands on the floor. He's all the way at the bottom now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Adam just looks at his hands. He's gonna just channel his blood, if it's possible, towards his palms, so she'll try and heal them up a bit, and then just look up at the building he just scaled and descended.
Give me a perception alertness, because you're looking at the corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are totally seeing this. On your way down, you left a blood trail. Okay. And then you look at your hands. And they are bleeding. They are ripped up a bit. Like, they're not like ripped open, but it's like jagged fingers, palm, thumb. It's like your hands are covered in blood.
Yeah. Adam's gonna probably just rip some cloth off what he's wearing, and he's just gonna bandage up his hands, probably just blood healing a bit. Mostly out of habit and just to wipe the blood off. At the minute, his blood pull. He can hold a total of 12 blood, and he has 7 in his system right now, from what I remember.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So you spend a blood point. I think a blood point heals 1 bashing, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. He'd spend 2.
Oh, you spend 2? Okay, putting you at 5. So you basically spend 1, and then over the course of, you spend another. Okay. Go ahead and denote that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I'll put a blood expenditure on this.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay. And you get down, you kind of tear off a piece of cloth trying to wipe the blood from your hand as you heal.
Mm-hmm.
Heal the wounds, heal the scraping, the burning. As you begin to walk, you don't even realize it. You just, as you're walking, as you're concentrating, as you're focusing, you just kind of vanish down an alleyway. Eventually, you get a lot of the blood off your hands, and probably stuff the cloth in a pocket or something. And you begin making your way at a little bit quicker pace, trying to stick to the shadows, trying to stay hidden, trying to stay out of the way, unobtrusive. Unobtrusive is the word that best suits you right now. And you use that focus to stay unobtrusive as you quietly make your way towards these trees. It takes you another 20 minutes to get about 3-4 blocks, making pretty good pace. Eventually, you do actually start to see more and more trees in between each alley crossing. Until the last block, there is no alley crossing, and you have to make your way on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And with all that focus, through all that focus, you don't even realize that, well, until it's too late, until you're 3/4 down the last block, as you see a park before you, that you are walking right under a bright streetlight.
Yeah. What Adam's going to immediately do is get in the shadows as quick as he can. And
okay, you do. You manage to kind of, holy shit, and hop to your left, where it's shady, to resume. It doesn't take you long to cross the street. Traffic in this area isn't too bad. Not at this hour. It's like oddly quiet for some reason. I don't know, maybe people partying, getting drunk, or doing something fucked up. And as you start walking through the park, you do begin to notice, well, a tree that is seemingly bigger than every other tree around this park. And it is, I don't know, it seems like it's lightish color. Or lightish in color.
Seeing what he thinks is probably the finish line, he's going to just look around and slowly make a beeline towards it.
Looking for people?
Yep.
No one around.
Okay. He's gonna approach the tree and see if it is indeed the birch. The regal birch, as was described.
Has Adam ever seen a birch tree?
Adam went camping as a kid quite often.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
And you don't see anyone, but on the other side, you kind of hear a or something like that.
Adam's going to be right on that. He follows the buzzing, be whistling.
When you step around the tree, you see Edwin leaning up against it, tapping away, doing something on his cell phone.
As he looks around and there's nobody there, what Adam's going to do is he's going to basically just he's going to break out of obfuscate and almost, he's not going to leap at Edwin, but it's going to look like he is almost like he's trying to punch a tree. He's going to be like, he's just going to leap out and be like, I'm finally here. I don't get why you couldn't have sent a straight message.
Right at the last moment, he does see you. As you kind of pop out or touch something, you brush up against one of the leaves or branches or something that's low hanging, and he sees you at the last moment and just kind of steps to the side around the tree. And then when you land, yeah. And obviously, in the most inept way, because I've been waiting here for 2 hours. So, I guess I can't count on you to know where you're going.
Well, what the fuck, man? You had to choose. If you had clearer instructions, I could probably have found my way here. You just said a tree in a tree in the face. It was, wasn't it? In the face.
A very large white tree in the face. Yep.
I had to climb a 3-story building to even see the trees around it. Not even this fucking tree.
Well, then,
Oh, fuck, man.
then at this point, guess what? Score is 1-1. Now we're even.
Adam's very annoyed at this, and I may have to roll. I don't know if I will. I may have to. Adam has had a very long and trying night, so yeah. Adam manages to keep his cool.
Okay.
And just been like, so he's just been like, so what? Herb, this was just something to try and get one up on me. Man, I thought we were on the same page. I thought we were bros. I thought, no.
What?
I mean,
friendly competition? No such thing?
well, there's a difference between friendly competition. It's not competition if you're not competing. But I did get
Sure
here.
it is. I wasn't competing that night you tackled me in that in the underground. It was still a competition.
Well, that's different. You were lurking around near our warrens. Well, not near,
Same
but
thing.
near enough.
Same thing.
So, I guess I should ask why the fuck you brought me here. And in such a convoluted manner, you could have just headed up at 9th Street. I would have come right away.
It's not my fault that you're more bronze than brain. I mean, I don't mean to insult you, but I mean...
But you are fucking insulting me. So can we just get to the point? I've had a very long and trying night. With things I don't care to talk about. And things you may not understand. And you can just see that Adam's trying to hold it in, There's literally blood on his hands, and even for a Nosferatu, it looks a mess.
Not a whole lot of blood. You got most of it off.
Okay.
So what? The type that makes you crave a good hamburger somewhere around 9th Street?
Yeah.
I was wondering how that. I was wondering, did you find what you were looking for?
No, I didn't. I mean, the stuff you gave me was good, but no, I just fucked it up like I'm seeming to fuck everything else up these nights. I mean, and now you obviously know what I'm on about. So I've been trying low for a while. It's why I've not gotten into contact with you for a while.
Well,
but I mean, apart from that, I'm doing as well as anyone who looks. I'm doing as well as a Nosferatu can do these nights. No.
I was kind of concerned. Actually, I was concerned after the last time we talked. Before parting. Look, Adam. I meant what I said. I didn't quite like the answers that you were giving me. When I asked you about the information that I gave you.
Oh.
I mean,
I gave you the information I had.
No, I'm talking about the truck.
No.
So,
Listen.
What was so important about a security truck that makes cash pickups and drop-offs?
Well, before I answer that, I'll answer that question with another question. Why did you want me to navigate my way to this godforsaken place?
I asked the first question.
Oh.
And the answer to your question is, why can't we have a friendly game? I was testing you. I wanted to see if you could... I guess I wanted to see how well you put puzzles together. What's so wrong with that? I'm not wasn't trying to insult you. I wasn't trying to make you feel stupid. I just
Well,
I wanted to know.
There's your answer. It was a game. It was a test. I had to find out information about it. I mean, nobody actually got hurt. I guess I just regret that things went the way they did with that.
Nobody actually got hurt.
No.
So people might have kind of gotten hurt. That doesn't make any sense. I'm actually going to make a perception empathy roll.
Okay.
Let me just double check. Because that is kind of what that infers.
That is true.
Okay.
That's fair. That's why I said this.
Oh, Christ. If you are trying to lie or hide something or do something subterfuge-like, you can make a manipulation subterfuge.
I can. No, I won't bother. I'll give you this for free. Adam's really too worked up to hide anything. I mean, you can see that what Edwin's going to be able to see is that Adam's incredibly worked up about something, and it's not this little test that he gave Adam, though that's the trigger. There's something else beneath that that's really driving the beast inside Adam. You know, there's just something quite not right. And Edwin has probably deduced that it has something to do with what happened at this robbery.
Or what happened with the truck, because he doesn't know it's a robbery.
That's true. With the truck, yeah.
Yeah. Look, Adam. Come on, sit down here. Sit with me, talk.
Yeah.
As Edwin just kind of like he places a hand on Adam's left shoulder, you know, just kind of like a reassuring grip, like you can talk to me kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Just I'm here to help you.
And just kind of looks off into the distance. But that's the problem. Everyone's here. Everyone's here to help everyone here, but they're just in it for themselves. If you really want to know what happened, well, I had to investigate. I mean, they thought that something was wrong with the cash flow or people were being taken advantage of. The idea was, well, to try and make sure that the people on the streets of New Sarum were being treated right. I was meant to trail the truck, and then I was meant to deal with the situation. But in dealing with the situation, well, somebody saw me, and well, that led to someone else's death. It wasn't my fault, but it happened, and it's not something I'm proud of, and that's why I'm so annoyed, because everything is a goddamn test or a game, and it just kind of exhales and just kind of knocks the tree with his elbow, and it's going to look at Edwin and be like, look, I'm sorry, man.
This rolls an intelligence plus academics roll that I made. When you mentioned, what is it? The effectively business owner taking advantage, little people, you know, kind of wealth shifting is what you were inferring. 2 successes. You be the judge of what that means that I figured out, because I figured something out.
You have.
What have I figured out? But those were the keywords I was looking at.
You can definitely figure out that Adam is acting, or he at least believes that he was acting in a way that was morally correct, and it was this kind of Robin Hood, you know, take from the rich, steal from the poor, this kind of almost left-wing kind of anarchist ideology. With 2, I don't know if you'd be able to...
Well, no. That's what I got with 2 successes.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I got it, but I didn't get it. I love it. Edwin just kind of looks up at you, but don't apologize. You were dealt a shit hand by fucking assholes. You were dealt a shit hand by someone who's obviously lazy, somebody who didn't want to put in the necessary work before they gave you a task. If you don't have all the data, if you don't have everything you need to work with, succeeding is that much more difficult.
That's, I kind of just think for a moment, that's a game for us neonates, I'm afraid. We've just got to deal with what we've been given as best we can. I've been given a hand as of you, as every damn kindred in this godforsaken hellhole, and we just got to play the game and do what we fucking can. But
is Adam still almost growling? I imagine he's really pissed off, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's calmed down somewhat, but he's still pissed off.
Yeah, there's still there would be slobber or maybe a little spittle on occasion if he could spit. Okay. Look, no, calm down.
Okay.
You know what the most important thing is, Adam? Remember what I said when I gave you that information about what you do with it?
Yes.
You know what the most important thing? It's not necessarily succeeding at the task, especially if the task was morally questionable. It's about trying to keep. And he points about where your heart is, but roughly, he points at your chest and he says, the most important thing is to maintain the real you still in here. The you that doesn't look like you look.
Adam's just gonna tilt his head at that and just a kind of a low growl, just you can hear a low growl, but it kind of sounds like what could be termed as a chuckle almost. You can tell he's still worked up, but it's definitely calmed down. He's like, don't try and play all this. I mean, I already got.
Okay. Shh. Adam. All of your clan, they look disfigured, right? They all look like, they're wearing some sin on the outside, right? Like they've all done something wrong.
That's what they say. We perhaps think differently.
On the inside, do you look like that?
Just kind of no, but who on the inside looks like they do on the outside?
Then ask yourself, did you fail because you wanted to? Did a part of you on the inside not want to follow through and do what you had to do? Whatever it is that's working you up, whatever it was about that truck, you can trust me.
Look, man, I'm not trying to play. Look, man, I'm not trying to play any games with you. Everyone else out there, they'll say one thing to your face, they'll say one thing to your back. I'm just going to straight. I did what I felt I had to, what I thought was right. That may have been a failure, but just because you're knocked out, it doesn't mean you can't get back. Doesn't mean it's the end of your days in the ring. You can always get back up. It's just.
Did you Robin Hood the money from the rich back to the poor?
Fortunately, no. I'm left
What was
empty-handed from that.
then what was the outcome?
I left with nothing, but that was the outcome. And because I fucked up, I've let people down, vulnerable people who aren't capable of doing what I do.
And during this robbery, did anyone get hurt? Or did you maintain enough of yourself? Did you chain enough of the beast to keep yourself from causing harm?
People were hurt, but not by my hand.
Not by your hand.
No.
How can it not be by your hand? You were robbing an armored car or a truck.
Let's just say one of the guys noticed me as I was trying to rob it, and, well, an innocent bystander was shot. I have no idea if he's alive or not.
The worst thing that we can do is to make excuses for our actions. The fastest way to let that thing inside of us win is to justify all the sin and all the wrong that we do. And with that, because he's still trying to work you down, calm you down, I'm actually going to make a charisma empathy roll.
Okay. I'd say that would probably, with Adam Shopfuse, be difficulty maybe a 7, 6, 7, something around that area. It's definitely working.
Okay, I just had to double check something. And I'm actually going to spend a willpower to protect against the botch.
Okay.
Thank God I did that. That's a fail. So that is a fail.
Adam, to speak to Adam, your words, you have a feeling that Adam's not outright going to attack you or hurt you, but there's still something beneath him, and you don't quite know if you've managed to completely tame that beast inside of him. He just kind of sits quietly. All I can say is that that's never going to happen again. And, well, I figure maybe that's something we can help each other with. I had an idea.
I'll hear you out, but only after one question. Is it because you don't want to lose who you were before you became this thing? Or is it because you're afraid of failure and letting someone down, somebody who really doesn't matter?
I'm just kind of shakes his head.
Be honest with me. I thought we were friends. And he holds his hand out like to give you a shake, like a street shake.
Adam just kind of shakes his head. Oh, well, old friend. The two are probably one and the same. Whoever I was before is important, but largely irrelevant. I'm not who I was before. Things have changed, but that doesn't mean I can't still be human. And he just kind of gives him his hand in a kind of clench, just for a brief second.
Edwin kind of stands up first, and then he doesn't try to pull you up, obviously, but he does, try to give you a bit of an assist. And he looks up at you.
Yeah, Adam just stands up.
Who you were is more relevant than any of us will ever admit or ever tell you. Who you were, who you are inside, the thing that opposes what you are, as he kind of moves his other hand to like what you are physically, right, on the outside. What you are on the inside. Human part. That still matters. As long as you hold on to it. As long as you always fight to keep that.
You don't need.
It will always be It will always be relevant.
You don't need to worry about me. As long as I'm still, there's still some level of life in me. I'll fight. It's who I am, and I dare say that's who you are.
And
You surprised me, Edwin.
And it's in me to be concerned for you.
Well, I appreciate that, but there's no need to be concerned. We'll both figure out this business together.
How about we make an agreement?
Well,
I don't tell you who you are. So long as you keep who you are. So long as you keep that thing at bay. And he kind of lets your hand go, and he, points dead center in your chest when he says that. As long as you don't tell me that I don't care about people who matter. Now,
I'm not one for
and
this.
He holds his hand back out for you to take. He says, "What do you want to discuss?"
I'm not one for this lovey-dovey crap, but, well, you're right. Deal. That sounds fair. I was just thinking that maybe we could have an agreement or an alliance perhaps where, well, obviously we're friends, we share information anyways, but no, maybe we could work together on making sure the subways and the sewers all work as they should, and that they're both shared between the Gangrel and the Nosferatu, because, my clans have always been, well, as close as our clans can be to anyone. And perhaps we could give each other a hand up. I could teach you a few things, you teach me a few things,
As far as sharing territory.
Well, not sharing territory. Not sharing territory, just making sure it's divided equally. Making sure it's secure and divided equally, and our interests aren't.
As far as coexisting in the underways, that's up to the rest of your clan. That's if they agree to it. True. You can't speak for them.
That's true. Talking for us too, but I'm hoping that we can at least.
I like the sentiment.
Yeah, we can at least get the ball rolling. I'll probably talk to my primogen and my clan and see what we can all do. With perhaps being lax these few nights with our responsibilities. And as for the latter.
So a greater cooperation. You need information. You come to me with the request. I'll do my best. Fair enough. What I want in return, though, you keep what made you human. Don't ever lose that. Because if you do, it's going to hurt a lot to have to deal with that. And Edwin kind of, he takes his phone, puts it into his back pocket, and he starts walking away. After he gets about 10 paces, he kind of looks back and just kind of does this and tilts his glasses down a little bit before putting them up and continuing on his way.
Adam's just gonna smirk wryly to himself. A lot of things hurt in life, but I wouldn't have gotten here without the human inside me. That drive, and we'll be okay, Edwin. We'll see. We need to